Good morning, Dubai, and welcome to another episode of the Love in Dubai show, where we take you through all the top trending stories of what's happening in and around Dubai. You're watching the show with me, Simran.
And me, Shahir. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, and today's top trending stories are from no more mask wearing to Abu Dhabi removing border checks, all the latest UAE COVID-19 updates.
And Jean-Paul Gaultier features his designs at Expo 2020 Dubai.
That looks fabulous, and the dog who suffered bullet wounds has now been adopted by His Highness Sheikh Fazza.
And the CBD run on the Palm takes place this Saturday.
And some major tea on chemical peels, because apart from us twinning physically.
Yep. This wasn't coordinated, and thank God there's no green screen behind us.
There's no green. Oh my God, yes. We've also twinned on the fact that we've both got chemical peels.
And had two completely opposite reactions.
Yeah. I got mine very unknowingly. Like, I didn't know I was getting a chemical peel. And for me, it was torture to the next level.
Influencer life right here.
Influencer life?
Like getting stuff for free. Yeah.
I would never take anything for free after that. But like, tell me about your...
I still would. So I did it 4 times, back to back, with a 2-week gap in between. So I calculated, if you don't know a chemical peel, they put chemicals on you, removes the top layer of your skin.
Yes.
You peel for about a week, and some people break out, some people don't. It depends on you and your type of skin and how sensitive you are to it. But it's been great for me. Look at my skin now.
It's glowing.
Right? But your reaction wasn't as fabulous.
It was for me, it was super troublesome. So my face was red. It was burning.
My face was red too.
I don't know how you went through, because I bought a handheld fan because I needed that cooling sensation.
Oh yeah, they give you one, right?
They
over
didn't
there.
give me one. I bought one because it was just horrible. It was red, burning, peeling, itching. It was dry all over. I don't know how you did it 4 times or 3 times.
My thing is, A, I needed it. B, everyone in this office has seen me at my worst. So it wasn't a shocker to anyone. But apparently, so I wasn't there when she had it for the first day and came into the office, and everyone was like,
It was bad.
Simran, what happened? But when people saw me with it, they were like, oh, it's just another day for Shahir. Looking like the trash bag he is.
That's not true.
But honestly, I think it was worth it. Like, she did not expect anything.
I actually didn't know what it was.
Yeah,
I didn't know
exactly.
what I was getting. It was just
But the other side of it, the results are chef's kiss.
chef's kiss.
Genuinely.
I'm hoping for those results, but it's like a really bad sunburn. You know when you first get it.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
It's your face goes completely red, and then it starts peeling and flaking. So it's literally the same aftermath of a sunburn, but apparently there's a happy ending to it.
There is a happy ending. Is there any other procedures you would or wouldn't get?
I wouldn't get. I don't know. I see a lot of people giving their honest journey about all these cosmetic surgeries now and just how painful it is. And I'm just like, if I wanted any, I'm just having second thoughts about all of them.
I don't know.
Well,
after I did the chemical peel, I did the dermapen, which they like take it. It might be too TMI for early in the morning, but they take a needle and start poking your face with it, like inside, and then they do it like 20 times, and then they take this machine and rub it all over your face, and your face is filled with your own blood, basically.
That's a vampire facial?
I think it's the same thing, yeah.
Oh, I would never do a vampire facial. In my life, it looks so painful.
But I learned my lesson.
Like, are they going to numb your face first?
Yeah, they did numb my face.
You did a vampire facial?
Yeah. I don't know what the name was. I just know it's a dermapen. They were like, you need to do this. I was like, sure, sign me up.
But actually, your skin's looking good.
Thanks.
I don't know if it's.
Nope, it's just the way I woke up. Anyways, on to the first story.
On to our very first story now. From no more mask wearing to Abu Dhabi removing border checks, all the latest COVID-19 updates. Now, effective from Saturday, February 26th, it's no longer mandatory. Sorry about that. To wear face masks when out in public spaces in the UAE. And that's not according to us. It's according to the National Emergency Crisis and Disasters Management Authority. NCEMA clarified that wearing masks in public areas will be optional. However, the face mask rule will continue to be implemented in public indoor spaces such as malls, lobbies, sitting rooms, hospitals, public transportation areas like metros, buses, and etc.
And in regards to Expo, you no longer have to wear a mask at Expo 2020 Dubai if you're outdoors, although you do need to wear a mask if you're going to be inside the pavilions. So it's optional while you're outside and like having a stroll.
So that's exciting news. And apart from masks, mandatory quarantine for COVID close contacts has been scrapped as well now. And people entering Abu Dhabi will no longer need to show the Al Hussein Green Pass to enter.
However, the Green Pass is still mandatory to enter public areas in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, is it, Shahir?
Yep.
And lastly, fully vaccinated travelers will no longer need to present a pre-departure negative PCR test result to enter the UAE, but unvaccinated travelers will need to present a negative PCR test result with a 48-hour validity. So a lot of changes over the weekend.
It's exciting, right?
The time has come.
But you know, like with the US, the UK, Spain, a bunch of places already had this implemented ages ago.
Yeah.
And you can just see I can't think of the word, but the fluctuation of how it affected the communities. We took all the necessary precautions. The authorities were super detailed about how they're going to keep us safe, and spring has sprung, and you can now smell the fresh air. How great is that?
That's the best part, that they're removing it in phases. It's not like mask wearing is completely like done, throw it in the bin, but it's like outdoor spaces where it makes sense not to wear a mask. It's like, I mean, not that it makes sense or it doesn't. It's just like you're in an open space.
More COVID friendly, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So indoor spaces where it does make like complete sense to wear a mask and social distance, like in malls and metros and buses, wear a mask there. And 100%. Then outdoors, yeah.
It feels like it's been a long time coming, but like all in due time and
2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
Oh my God, the mask rashes,
I know.
the makeup
Mask
glitches,
knee.
mask knee.
Makeup glitches. But yeah, like I think honestly, I'm way too used to it at this point having
Yeah.
masks. Um,
That's
so
what a study showed. I was reading somewhere that UAE residents are going to find it difficult adjusting to not wearing a mask anymore.
yeah,
But you know, before, like when I was traveling years and years back, I would see people coming in from various countries wearing masks while traveling.
yeah,
So it might become the norm, you know, in certain, like I would still wear it if I'm using public transportation or if I'm
yeah.
traveling, just for my own what do you call it?
Reassurance.
Reassurance, paranoia, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just wear it.
Naomi Campbell, if you've ever seen what she does when she enters an airplane, she has an entire like safety pack basically with those wipes. She'd wear an entire suit. She'd clean the whole seat up before actually sitting down, and she always wore a mask.
Naomi
But
Campbell?
yeah, but she's
Okay.
just a massive germaphobe, so that's where that came from.
Oh no. I can't imagine COVID for
You
her.
should, the pictures are hilarious. I wish I had this prepared now. But she'd wear the full like hazmat suit. Is that what it's called?
Okay.
But yeah, that's Naomi for you. Moving on to someone else in the fashion industry, Jean-Paul Gaultier is featuring his designs at Expo 2020 Dubai. The exhibition titled Jean-Paul Gaultier from A to Z walks you through his 50-year career, showcasing the most iconic creations throughout the exhibition. You also get a glimpse into his inspirations, his muses, influences, and passion that helped create the designs that we see today. It's curated by Thierry Maxime Leroy. This is the first time the designs are showcased in the Middle East. You can find Jean-Paul Gaultier's designs live in action from now until the end of March at the French Pavilion at Expo 2020 Dubai.
It's definitely France Pavilion.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought grammatically it sounded right. If
You
it
want
was,
the Arabic Pavilion.
yeah, because Arabic's a whole other thing. That
Okay, you won't say Spanish Pavilion, no? You'll say Spain.
yeah, okay, you got me there.
Well, it's there in the France Pavilion, and it looks so good. The designs. There's this one butterfly corset that I saw from part of the Papillon collection.
Yes,
Oh.
yes, Simran.
Papillon.
Basically, his career started when he was 18 years old. He took some sketches and went to Pierre Cardin and said, "Here, I've created these." And he hired him on the spot. And since then, he's had a 50-year career. That's half a century of just iconic
Amazing.
looks. You might have seen his fishtail skirt. It's haute couture, and it took 440 hours to sew. He also made the Madonna corset that she wore 2 decades ago.
I know exactly which one.
With fireworks coming out, I think.
Okay, I don't
Yeah.
know which one anymore.
You know which one. You definitely like when you think Madonna, you very specifically think of that
one
outfit.
corset.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it had fireworks coming out of
Yep.
it.
Yep.
That was Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Yep.
That's...
And Katy Perry had the same thing in recent years. And he was the first one to put skirts on men, which was very controversial throughout history. And he also hired a lot of his model friends. And back then, you would only very specifically hire models and not as necessarily have them be your friends or people of different shapes and sizes. So he's had a very rebellious career, a very fruitful career, and you can witness it all at Expo 2020 Dubai.
This reminds me, like just you saying he had a rebellious career and just stepped out and created his own niche just reminds me so much of Cruella.
Yes,
Right?
he's basically the male version of Cruella de Vil. He was into his patterns too. He was into his silhouettes.
This is Emma Stone's Cruella de Vil, not the 101 Dalmatians. Like he's not. We don't mean
the backstory.
villain.
Yeah, we're talking about her backstory basically, and how she was the trailblazer and no one understood her designs. It's a good movie, by the way.
It's so good.
Right? I did not expect it. I was extremely bored and said I'd watch it, so I did, and I was pleasantly surprised.
The fashion, the acting, the plot twist.
Although her English accent, not necessarily it.
It worked.
It worked.
Worked.
It's very Disney, you know. It's very exaggerated, but like whatever.
She pulled it off.
She did.
In my eyes. And guys, if you can see the visuals beside us on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, not Instagram, Then the visuals for the Jean-Paul Gaultier collection looks so stunning, and the fact that it's right here in Dubai at Expo, where tickets are only 50 dirhams for unlimited entries till the end of Expo. It's just really fascinating that we have access to this and we can see something so beautiful that have been seen on runways.
And it's not just, that's the thing, it's not just a runway show, it's the history of all his designs, his creative process, and just to see how things evolve over time. That's the best part, I think, to see how people were thinking 50 years ago, 40 years ago, whatever.
And how that still influences today's fashion, because that corset, it's like, it's a very old style, but it still works now. And it's still trendy.
It's so true about fashion. What goes around comes around. Well, no, that's more about like
karma.
No, but like fashion recycles itself. You know, we're wearing stuff now that people were wearing in the 90s.
Exactly.
And
we're just not original anymore, or fashion recycles. It's either or.
Yeah, basically.
Whatever it is, if you're a fashionista, definitely this is a exhibition to check out at Expo, the France Pavilion. And we move on to our very next story. The dog who suffered bullet wounds has been adopted by the Crown Prince of Dubai. Now, lots of people have been keeping up with Grace since her incident was reported. And it started on January 28th when residents found an injured dog in Sharjah and alerted the police. Now, Bubble's Pet Rescue Service came to the aid of the dog and admitted it to a vet clinic in Dubai. Her x-rays showed she had 2 bullet wounds in her body, and over a month later, Grace was in the safe hands of Bubble's Pet Rescue and under the care of His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed Al Maktoum, Crown Prince of Dubai.
Many were relieved to see her walking happily again and being visited by His Highness Sheikh Fazat. Bubble's Pet Rescue stated that Grace has been adopted by His Highness on February 26. Sheikh Fazat took her, Grace, for a walk, and she appeared to be in great spirits and healthy and happy, wagging her tail.
Oh, I love her name as well, Grace. Oh, so holy. And the Pet Rescue uploaded a video from Fazat's story stating that Grace, the dog that was rescued, is now adopted by the Crown Prince of Dubai. And he adopted her earlier that day, and the rescue updated the public on how she was doing. They wrote that she's incredibly happy, gaining weight, and not only receiving the best medical treatment in the country, but also the best rehabilitation to help her overcome her trauma and fear. Now, this is such a loving story. And of course, we wish Grace an amazing life. And it's amazing how Bubble's Pet Rescue are helping so many animals and just raising awareness for residents who can foster them, adopt them. And that's what is so important, right? Like the awareness of why you should adopt and not shop, because so many of these poor, helpless animals, they need a home, they need care, they need medical attention.
And they've had traumatizing stories prior. That's the big part. Like when you buy a dog, they're always, like when you buy a pet in general, you can be sure that they're going to be taken into a home that cares for them.
Yeah.
And when it's a rescue, they're coming from a dark place essentially, and they need the help and they need the support. And shelters can't necessarily always be taking care of rescues all the time.
Yeah. That's so true. My mom adopted a dog a few years ago. Like we have one dog that we bought from like a store, and then one that we adopted. And initially, the dog was so defensive all the time. Like anytime we went to grab the dog, he would bite because of previous trauma from his owners beating him.
Yeah.
And then with all the love that my mom in specific gave that dog, it just flourished, you know, like it became the most loving dog.
That's so cute.
And it just sticks to her. He's like a little mini bodyguard, and it's so sweet. You know how love can really turn, and like just love can turn everything around. And it's so sweet to see that with these animals.
You said it. But it's so true. I would be so heartbroken if I had a pet and I couldn't touch it because they had this fear inside them from human beings in general.
Yeah.
That's so traumatic.
That is traumatic. And it's sad. Like, it's so... It's really, I don't know, when you see a designer dog or a breeded dog, it's like you get so tempted, you know, you want something cute and fancy, grammable. But
grammable. I want this dog for the gram.
That is the case with so many people, you know. Like they want a cute little Pomeranian who do like tiny paws and stuff. Like you get tempted. They're very cute, but then at the same time, what is ethically right? What is ethically right?
You said
Adopting.
it. Well said. Well said.
Well said.
Moving on to our next story, the CBD run on the Palm is taking place this Saturday. It's going to be on the 5th of March, and that's right, they're bigger this year and bigger than ever. So, Simran?
So you can choose from a 5-kilometer, 10-kilometer, and 21.1-kilometer run, and you'll be running the length of the Palm, starting at Nakheel Mall through the tunnel and then onto the Crescent. Now, the first time this has been allowed, and it's fastly becoming known as the Dubai Half Marathon.
The run will start at approximately 6:45 a.m. and is allowed for anyone above of the age of 16. There'll also be free parking available and water to make sure that you guys are hydrated. Registration will be closing very soon. Tickets are selling out super quick, so be sure to sign up as soon as possible. And I will see you there.
Yes, you will.
Seriously? I know I keep forcing you to do stuff onto the... I met a few people over the weekend, and a lot of them do fitness activities outdoors, and it's so crazy how this happened, because all weekend long I've been thinking my CrossFit classes were so good because I used to do it with a bunch of people. Is doing exercise not 10 times more entertaining than doing it on your own?
I mean,
Your dance classes, do you do that on your own?
I do it alone, and I prefer doing it alone.
Okay.
I prefer doing it with an instructor, but I like my personal...
But at least you still have someone, you know? I cannot do anything on my own. That's just who I am. But it's always 10 times more fun when you're doing something with someone. And so over the weekend, I met a bunch of people, and I was literally talking about this, like, oh, it's 10 times more fun, like working out with someone or going for a run with someone than doing it on your own. I don't want to be alone with my thoughts, which is why runs like these are super perfect.
These are conversations you had over the weekend with your friends? Working out?
Not even my friends. I met these people, and I was like, I don't want to do stuff on my own.
So you met these people because you were on your own?
No, I was with my friends.
Okay.
But then, like, it was a big group. More people kept coming. And everyone had the same, like, mindset towards working out. Everyone prefers doing it with someone else as opposed to just doing it on their own.
That's true. I personally would do the marathon because it's approaching summer and it's going to get hot. And I think this is the best time to milk the weather for all it's worth.
Better get your steps in.
Get those steps in. And that too, like the Palm is a pretty slick place to be running.
That's actually so true. The views would be amazing.
Yeah, and just the breeze because you're right out by the ocean, by the sea, by the...
Yes.
And it's just the Palm, like the Palm.
It's just chic. It's a chic run. What more could you ask for?
Honestly. So registrations will be closing soon make sure to sign up for that. Shahir and I will be there.
We will though, right?
At the very back.
Okay, well, how about you run and I cheer you on? I know I said I want to do the exercise.
What?
But how about we split the run?
But how will you cheer me on if I'm like running and you're not running?
I'll run beside you with a sign that says, you go, Sim Sim.
So you're going to come on some scooter or something?
Those electric scooters, yeah, sure.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine then.
Is this a deal?
Okay, it's a deal. We are going to be there.
Catch Sim Sim at the CBD run taking place this Saturday. And that's it from us. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. I got distracted.
Same time, same place tomorrow. We are up on all these podcast platforms. And of course, Instagram, you can check out Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. See you tomorrow, same time, same place.
Wash your hands, and as Simran says, take a shower.